So today I'll be talking about the creator economy in Web3. Before we begin, let me introduce myself. I am Shreya Badonia. I hail from Bhopal. I studied in NIF Bangalore, and I am currently working with Socially. Socially is helping creators and communities launch their own metaverse. And I've been creating content since I was 13. I have a newsletter, Crypto Creatives, where we talk about the creator economy and how creators can leverage Web3. Socially is the product from the Wow Labs team. I've been blogging on Quora and Medium just to give you an idea how long I've been creating content. So today we're going to be talking about the creator economy and why do we need a new creator economy in Web3 and why is it important for us to learn and solve the issues that were present in the current creator economy. So what do you understand? How many creators are here? Any creators? Writer, YouTuber, anything? Wow. And how many of you consume content? Everyone, right? Content is everywhere. What we are doing here, it is content, right? So creator economy happened when technology gave an opportunity for people who had some kind of talent which they couldn't monetize before. And because of technology, people who were living in remote villages, they started creating stuff, creating media and started making a living out of it. But there was a big, so there are like 200 million content creators in the world and 1 million people will be calling themselves creator in the next 5 years. So you can see where we are heading. Previously, I think having a YouTube channel was like a big deal, right? But now you ask anyone, every third person has a YouTube channel. Every person is like tweet storming and every person is like posting on Instagram. So, and the worst thing about this is even though we are creating so much content, we are providing the tech giants the content to make money on, only 10% of creators make 100K every year and only a few of them make a living creating content. Do you understand how sad that is? Zuckerberg is a billionaire, but people who are creating for him, they can't even make a living. That is what is happening in the current creator economy. So when you look at platforms, what do you see? You see UGC, user generated content, like everything on your feed is created by another creator. And what happens when you create content, let's say on Facebook, you're not only creating content for them, you are creating a network for them. So if I tell you that I am on, let's say, LinkedIn and I posted something and it was so much fun, 2 of my friends will also join LinkedIn. That's how Facebook got the initial traction because all the Stanford grads started using the platform. So not only they are giving the content to the platform, they're also giving their network. They're also giving their communities. So let's say if I tell you that, I am going to be joining a new platform which is like which is amazing and it helps you learn new things and you can make money out of it. So my community will join that platform. So now it's not just the content that we are giving to all these tech giants. It's our network, it's our time, it's our effort. So there are like multiple platforms. The first layer we understand is all the platforms that we use, like Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, everywhere where there's a media. And then when creators saw that they cannot survive on these platforms, they cannot make a living out of it, then there came another kind of platform where you could transition that gap. You could connect directly to your audience, to your fans, and then then became another evolution in layer 3 where people could take money from their fans. Like if I liked a video, I don't have to, I mean there's no, how do I thank my creator who created that video? That's when Patreon, you know, all these Ko-fi and all these platforms came into business to help creators make a living out of what they were doing. So like there are tons of ways creators make money, and like there are advertisements, subscriptions, donations, brand sponsorship, merchandise, events. But can you guess the most common way a creator makes money? Any guesses? Awesome. So the 90% of creators, they make money from advertising. And the sad part, all these platforms, they take 99% of what they make from these content. So creators make money, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, or whatever platform you use, they run ads on those platforms, and most of it, they keep it to themselves. But what happened to creators? What do creators do about it? They have no ownership of their content. They have flawed monetization models which do not support them, and the platform controls it. Imagine if you spend so much time creating content and the next day your channel is banned, or Facebook just removes all your content. What would you do? A lot of creators have started posting on their own website because you cannot trust all these tech giants. And another thing that about creating in Web 2 is the algorithm controls everything. One day you are posting a finely laid out picture for Instagram, the next day they start supporting Reels. You don't know where it's going. So what can we do about it? Just to show you a ground reality of what happens in the current ecosystem is, Spotify has been in business since a very long time, and they have only paid their 11 million artists an average of $636. And if you compare it to NFTs, which we'll be covering in the later segment, you see the huge difference. The same with YouTube, the same with Instagram. The commissions are so high that creators cannot survive. And whereas those commission on OpenSea, the most famous NFT platform, is only 2.5%. Now, why do we need to talk about this? Why am I talking about creator economy? Because where we are going, content is gonna be even more used. 29% of people, American students, they wanted to become influencers. They wanted to become YouTubers. 47.8 million people left their jobs. And the great resignation which happened last year showed that people are not happy where they're working. And if you're not happy where you're working, you gotta find out a way where you can make a living, right? And the numbers are huge because people are realizing that there is a way to make a living out of what you love to do. And this is where creator economy comes in Web3. So why is it important? Because now you create an economy for yourself. You know, you have the ownership of what you do. You have a way to connect directly with your audience. And this is built on the foundation of blockchain, and it is trustless, and there are multiple ways you can use it. And when you combine art with tech, you get NFTs. When you combine finance and blockchain, you get DeFi. And when you mix your imagination and you create a world that you could only dream about, you step into metaverse. And all of this combines all of this is only possible in Web3, and the most important part of this is community. Like somebody was asking Ananya, right? How can I, as a designer, land a job in a tech world, where everyone is a developer? It's the community, it's your network. Your community is going to support you. And that's what's the main difference is in Web 2 versus Web 3 economy. I really like this quote by Gavin Wood from Polkadot. He says, dude, everyone is tired of Google, Facebook, controlling everything we do. Now it's the time where we create our own thing. Now, how can creators leverage this economy? So, since I'm working on Socially, we are finding ways to help creators leverage Metaverse and make a living out of it. And if you've studied Metaverse deeply, there are like 7 layers in Metaverse. And one of them is creator layer, creator economy layer. And in creator economy layer, you get to create assets. You get to create an experience for yourself, for your community, and build a small metaverse for yourself, which is fully sustained by you, and you have the entire ownership on them. Everything that you create, and you don't even have to be like a developer, you can use the tools that are available. There is Unity, there are other tools which you can use and create assets that are not only useful in the metaverse, but you can also use them outside. Now, there's another way creators are leveraging Web3 is gaming. You know what? In Philippines, people are playing Axie Infinity. I'm sure you must have read the news, right? People are like insanely mad about playing games. They're making a good living out of it, and play to earn is how people are getting into this space, and then they realize that that is not just the end, that is just the beginning. And it's not just playing games, you can create something on the game. You can use Roblox, and you can create assets for a game and then make your community use it and make a passive income out of it. Like imagine making $200 a day just by playing Axie Infinity, or just creating a game on Roblox and living off it. Like you don't have to work, and you know that you own that game. Now, another great way creators can leverage Web3 is through social tokens. So imagine how many people here invest in stocks? Imagine if you had a chance to invest in Mr. Beast, the YouTuber. But you didn't have that in Web 2. Yeah, he's doing it right now, right? See, we're already seeing the living examples. Tell me, which is that one creator you would go out your way to buy their token? Gary Vee already has his NFT collection, so not anymore. Anymore? He said the same thing. Okay, awesome. So there have been some. So social tokens allow your communities to invest in you. Imagine if there are people who are investing in me, then I don't have to worry about that I have to upload a video every week to make the algorithm happy. I can work at my own pace and create value, right? If my community is supporting me directly. So there are like been very famous tokens, community tokens like Karma, Whale, and musicians are launching their tokens. So you don't have to buy, invest any more money in buying the new album. You can just get their token and you will get everything they release in the future. Some very famous platforms where you can launch your social tokens are Roll, Rally, and Coinwise. And there are like multiple ways you can leverage social tokens, and it's just not related to music. There are like multiple ways, like you can use it for gaming, you know, if you want to play a particular game, or if you just want to post a newsletter, you can use that token to create any kind of content or game or media. The next is NFTs. I think we've already talked about how NFTs are changing the world. And is everyone with me? Yeah. Social tokens, your community is also responsible in governing what you produce, right? So if you are the owner, like in social tokens, you don't really create a DAO, but it works as a DAO because now the community decide what you're going to post next or what they want to see. But a personal token is basically letting you have the independence or the freedom to create what you want to do, and you know that your community has already got the tokens. So it's all about the governance and who has the last decision to make. I hope I've answered your question. NFTs, like, I think this is where the bubble erupted, right? When everyone was launching their NFT collections. And NFTs, it's not just JPEG. I'm tired of saying that again and again because people think that it's just about art, but it's not about art. It's about giving your community a chance to help you or support you, or there are like tons of utilities. People are using them for ticketing, you know. You can help your community in whichever way you want to. Like Gary Vee we talked about Gary Vee. Gary Vee, the V friend is basically for all his future conferences where people who have collected his token, they can attend VCon or others. And then banks are getting into NFTs, and so many brands are getting into NFTs. Starbucks launched their NFT collection. So like there are tons of utilities, and every day they're coming out. So it's like, it's nothing, you don't have to feel like it's the bubble has burst, because it's just the beginning. And like some of the decentralized platforms of your famous platforms that you can use is DTube, Odyssey. For Facebook, you can use Mind, Steam, and there is decentralized Instagram also, Supernova, where you can showcase your NFT collections. And we have a decentralized LinkedIn also, which is Entree. And there is Diamond, you know, it was BitClout a few months back, but it has been rebranded as Diamond. Then we have Mirror for decentralized blogging. And they, like, I don't know, the next couple of platforms, maybe some of you would be building it, right? So it's very important for you to understand what creators want and what kind of problems you can solve. See, I know without developers, we cannot survive Web3, right? But what will you build? That is also a very good question that we do not give a lot of attention to. No, this is the centralized version, and that is the decentralized version.
It's the same company?
It's not the same company. They are already successful in Web2. They won't create. Okay. Yeah, but these are not them. So, coming in a nutshell, it's Web1 was basically consumers, one pager, we were just reading. Then we started creating, just posting, and then we actually started becoming a part of the ecosystem. This is where now creators are like, nobody gives a damn about creators. But imagine if you create something of your own, you have the liberty. You can create whatever you want to create. You don't have to dance for a reel because you know you own the damn algorithm. And another great thing about creator economy is the community. Why do we have so many meetups in Web3? Because if you do not have a community, your project will fail. Even for creators, if you do not have a community who is going to support you, who is going to buy your token or collect your NFT, and when there is a community can decide what they want you to post, what they want you to do, and it's not Zuckerberg's head or another person's idea. So that's how everything works in this eco space. The best part about this is we still have time. We are still in the emerging phase. Every day you will see a new project, you will see a new use case coming out of it. When I started, when I got into Web3, there were very few projects, and it was just evolving. But now every day there are new ways for creators to enter the market, and I think we are all going to make it. This is exactly how the internet bubble was, I think we are exactly where the internet bubble was, and I think in 2030 we will be at a Mars adoption. This is from A16-3Z. Yeah. Okay, and I call Web3 is fulfilling our childhood dreams. I mean, that's how I kind of got into Web3. And if you ask me how is it happening, so work is play now. You're playing games, Axie Infinity, P2E. Then you're creating art. You always wanted to create art when you were kids, right? Nobody does that anymore because we are so hooked with our phone. But we are creating art now because it's paying our bills. So we have NFTs. And then we were really close to our friends, when we were kids. Now we don't have the time to talk to them. And that's when community is so important. We are going back to our childhood. And then fantasies. When we were kids, we had so many fantasies. I don't know how many of you have them now. We only have stress and anxiety now. So yeah, we're going back to our, we're going back to fantasies. We have metaverses. You can create anything, literally anything. Then the best part, I mean, I am an introvert and I was really scared to get on the stage, and I was so nervous that I fell down. Thank you. So for an introvert, it is not easy to come on stage and talk about it, and I always keep my video off on Zoom as well. So Web3 allows me to do that. You don't have to show who you are, you can just be anonymous and create magic. So are you excited for the future of creators? And if you want to connect with me on chat, this is where you can find me. Thank you so much. Okay. So, guys, do you have any questions? I mean, how many creators are there again? Sorry. Okay. And what content do you create? Okay. And which platform do you use? Are you making any money out of it? Awesome. Who else? There was. What do you create?
I'm actually a developer, but as a hobby, I do creative writing. And unfortunately, my community exists on Facebook. It's called Living on the Edge.
Okay.
But after the session, I plan to make some changes.
Awesome. Great. And have you used any decentralized platform? No?
Anyone if you're having any questions, you can directly
Yeah.
ask for now.
Yes.
You said that video is the future of video with alternative of YouTube, right? So will it ever be able to, just overpass it, like you said, alternative?
It's the Web3 alternative of, so
Okay, Web3 alternative. So if you have, I have,
yes.
so I have two questions.
Hmm.
Firstly, like in Web2, it becomes very easy to market. I'm from marketing industry.
Hmm.
So it becomes easy to market, like to retarget by implementing some tools. But how it will work in Web3? And the second question is, you mentioned about metaverse that as a child we all have some fantasy that we can fulfill in metaverse. But with metaverse, there comes some negative points as well. Like you will always be in your own zone. Like you will be away from the reality, from the nature. You can create your own nature. So how the metaverse companies are like doing things to make it like adaptable for the past, and like but it will do to our brain. So how we can tackle it? So
Okay.
these two questions are there.
I think the first one, like I mentioned, we are still early, and even all the networking we have done for this event, the marketing was done on a Web3 platform, Web2 platform, sorry, right? So people are still learning about it, and some of these projects have zero creators. So like even if you're a developer and you want to create, this is the time when you enter the market. You want to be an early adopter. You don't want to be someone who starts a channel when there are like 2 million channels already. This is the time when you jump into the creator economy. So, I mean, still early, and people are like, Web2 is the gateway to it. You don't completely like stop using, if you don't use Twitter, you don't know what's happening in the Web3 economy, right? So slowly, I think you can start with a platform and then just create your own community and interact with people who are already there. You know, when I joined Diamond, which was earlier BitCloud, it felt like it was a scam, but it was really awesome because imagine I've been using Twitter for a long time, and nobody gave a damn about it. But on BitCloud, on Diamond, when I posted a nice tweet, you know, people could give me some Diamond tokens. So which was amazing, you know. And that's what all the platforms are doing. In fact deleted my YouTube channel because I was tired of creating videos again and again.
I can totally understand. I'm also a creator. Like I post on LinkedIn and write on Medium and stuff. So I can totally understand. It becomes really
Yes.
tiring process when an algorithm doesn't support you.
And the time it takes for your channel to, you know, get to that compounding peak where it starts flipping money, it takes like years. And then I started Odyssey, and I uploaded the same content on Odyssey, and I was like, I got some tokens, and I was like, wow, I should have been here before.
I will also try the mirror too. Like
Mirror is good, yeah. Mirror is good. They have recently changed their whole ideology. Previously, you had to collect the token to write, but now they have changed it, so it's easier to join the platform.
and to my second question, the metaverse, like how it will impact our brain can really harmful for us. Like you will be in an imaginary world, not the real world. You will be away from the nature. You will be away from the reality. So how we should tackle with that?
Okay. Before I answer your question, how many hours do you spend on your phone?
Yeah, this is like we already spent too much time on phone. It has already made us apart from the reality and like social gathering too. But in metaverse, it will be like too much. Like even on our phone, it simulates our mind, and when we will be seeing it
Okay. I mean,
I am also excited about metaverse, but there are some negative points as well that we should consider at times.
everything has a negative points, and you know, this question comes down to your how much self control do you have. I mean, it's same as using Facebook or any other platform, and it's all about balancing the time you spend on metaverse. But another thing that we don't see is you know, like the environment. You know, you feel like you are part of it. You are not just sitting and watching from the screen. You can move your arms. So if you are looking at that aspect, then you can also see how much physical activity you're doing, right? So I think it's all about your personal balancing and all of that.
Well, if you would like to answer the next question, it's okay. If not, then it's also fine. If the session is over, it's over. Thank you so much. You can connect personally once again, and please join your hands for Shreya. And this was a really wonderful session.